My name's Ruth Rogers and I own the Canvas Cafe, which is a social enterprise cafe and creative venue just off Brick Lane in East London. The Canvas Cafe is about supporting creative and social innovation in emotional health and well-being. And what that means is, first of all, we have walls absolutely covered in questions. And the questions are designed to invite people to think about happy times, happy memories, or think aspirationally into the future. And everyone is invited to share their thoughts and secrets and stories on the walls. First of all, that creates feelings of ownership and belonging, which are vital in health and well-being. But also it brings a sense of community. We also have a pay it forward scheme here at the Canvas Cafe, which means that customers can buy a coffee or a drink or a meal for someone who can't afford it. And we have people from the homeless community coming in and they're fed and watered here. One guy came in and he said he didn't believe that the Pay It Forward scheme was real, and he had a coffee and a meal, and then he went to the free meditation that was in the Museum of Happiness, which is here on site at the Canvas Cafe, and he said that he felt for the first time in years, he felt that he belonged somewhere. He felt that he'd found a community, and we see him all the time now. We host such a variety of events here at the Canvas Cafe, but everything has an emotional health and mental health sort of ethos behind it. One of my personal favourites is something called Mike's Table, which is a supper club pay it forward event. On the first night, everyone pays to have a meal, and the chefs get paid, the venue gets paid, and on the next night, everyone donates their time. We donate the venue, and the guests from the first night pay it forward so that 30 people can come along and have a free meal. And the people who are invited are anyone who's, for whatever reason, experiencing a difficult life. So they could be struggling with mental health issues, they could be homeless, they could be a refugee, and they come along and they're getting a restaurant experience. And so many people said it's the first time they've been out in years. Action for Happiness is a global charity, and their patron is the Dalai Lama. And a few years ago, they had an idea to work with venues to create happy cafes. And a happy cafe is a venue that is aligned with the ethos of Action for Happiness, which is to create a happier world. And when I heard about this, I contacted Action for Happiness and said, I think we already are one, because we were already doing everything that I've been talking about, everything that we do here at the Canvas Cafe. And we became London's first ever happy cafe in 2015. It's incredibly difficult to run your own business, and if I wasn't a social entrepreneur, I don't think I'd be still doing it. Because there are points when you think, I can't do this anymore, it's too difficult. But when you've got a greater purpose, which is completely aside from your own selfish needs as a human, that's what keeps you going. If I could model myself on anyone, it would be Anita Roddick, because actually I think she was a social entrepreneur without even realising it. If you think about what the Body Shop achieved, you don't think of the products, you think of the work that she did as an entrepreneur. I think it's easier for a social entrepreneur because we have a purpose in what we do. So when you don't want to get up and keep going, you know you have to, because you're making a difference to the world. If you feel that you can't make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. That's the difference that one person can have. And as a consumer, you can choose to shop socially and ethically. You really do have that power. Even if you don't want to set up your own social enterprise, then just start shopping socially. Go to your boss and ask them to set up a CSR program within your work. You can find the Canvas Cafe online, thecanvascafe.org. Search the Canvas Cafe on Twitter and Instagram, on Facebook. We're at 42 Hanbury Street, just off Brick Lane. You can get involved by running an event here, coming and chatting to the team about what you can do. We're always needing volunteers. Come and say hi, right on the walls.